Most people believe emotional strength comes from becoming colder, tougher, or more confident. But that belief quietly destroys them. They think strong people don't feel pain, don't get affected, don't break inside. But the truth is much darker and much simpler. Emotional strength does not come from avoiding feelings. It comes from standing still while feelings pass through you. The real mindset shift that changes everything is this. You stop trying to control how you feel, and you start choosing how you respond. That single shift separates people who stay stuck their entire lives from people who quietly become unshakable. Right now, most people live inside their emotions without realizing it. Their emotions decide their actions, their confidence, their future. If they feel anxious, they pull back. If they feel insecure, they shrink. If they feel tired, they give up. Their inner state controls their outer life. This is not weakness of character. This is conditioning. From a young age, people are taught that feelings are truths. If it hurts, it must mean something is wrong. If it feels uncomfortable, it must be avoided. If fear appears, it must be listened to. Over time, the brain learns one dangerous rule. Emotions are commands. And once that rule is installed, emotional strength disappears. The mindset shift begins the moment you understand this truth. Emotions are not instructions. They are signals. They are information. They are temporary chemical states, not life orders. Anxiety does not mean stop. Sadness does not mean you are broken. Fear does not mean danger is real. It only means your nervous system is reacting. When you stop obeying emotions automatically, you reclaim power instantly. This is why this shift feels immediate. Nothing outside you changes, but everything inside you reorganizes. Before the shift, you react. After the shift, you respond. Reaction is automatic. Response is chosen. Reaction comes from fear. Response comes from awareness. Reaction weakens you. Response builds emotional strength silently over time. Think about how most people deal with discomfort. They escape, they distract, they numb, they scroll, they overthink, they self-blame, they search for motivation. All of this is resistance, and resistance makes emotions stronger. What you resist, your brain flags as danger. What your brain flags as danger, it amplifies. This is why anxiety grows when you fight it. This is why sadness deepens when you judge it. Emotional strength grows when you stop fighting your inner state and start allowing it without letting it control you. Allowing does not mean surrendering. It means observing without panic. It means saying, this feeling is here, but it does not decide my behavior.
The moment you can feel uncomfortable without needing to escape, your brain starts to calm itself. This is biology, not motivation. Your nervous system relaxes when it realizes there is no threat. That is why this mindset shift works instantly. Another reason this shift makes you emotionally stronger is because it separates your identity from your emotions. Most people don't feel emotions, they become them. They don't say, "I feel insecure." They say, "I am insecure." They don't say, "I feel lonely." They say, "I am unlovable." That language fuses identity with temporary states. And when identity is threatened, the brain panics. Emotional strength begins when you change that internal language. You are not your feelings. You experience them. They pass through you. They rise, peak, and fall whether you interfere or not. Once you see emotions as weather instead of truth, they lose their authority. Rain does not mean the sky is broken. It means rain is happening. Fear does not mean you are weak. It means fear is happening. This understanding alone can stabilize a person who has felt unstable for years. The shift also changes how you move through life. Before, you wait to feel ready. You wait to feel confident. You wait to feel motivated. You wait to feel safe. And while you wait, your life stays frozen. After the shift, you act first and let feelings follow. You move even while scared. You speak even while anxious. You show up even while unsure. Emotional strength is not the absence of fear. It is the ability to function despite it. Strong people are not calm because life is easy. They are calm because they stopped letting emotions decide their actions. This also changes how you handle failure. Weak emotional patterns turn failure into identity damage. One mistake becomes proof of worthlessness. One rejection becomes a personal verdict. But with this mindset shift, failure becomes information, not judgment. You don't collapse emotionally every time something goes wrong. You observe, adjust, and continue. Emotional strength is not about never breaking down. It's about recovering without losing yourself. Another dark truth is that most emotional suffering comes from trying to feel good all the time. Happiness obsession makes people fragile. When you believe you should always feel okay, every bad emotion feels like a problem. But emotionally strong people don't chase comfort. They tolerate discomfort. They understand that pain is part of growth, not a sign of failure. When you stop trying to feel good and start trying to live right, peace follows naturally. This shift also changes how you deal with other people. You stop taking everything personally. You stop absorbing other people's moods, opinions, and projections. Someone's cold behavior no longer defines your worth. Someone's inconsistency no longer shakes your stability. You realize people act from their own wounds, not your value. Emotional strength is emotional boundaries. You can care without collapsing. You can love without losing yourself. You can listen without absorbing damage. This is not detachment. This is maturity. Another effect of this mindset shift is reduced mental exhaustion. Fighting emotions is tiring. Overthinking is tiring. Self-judgment is tiring. When you stop arguing with your inner state, energy returns. Your mind becomes quieter, not because problems disappear, but because resistance disappears. Calm is not happiness. Calm is clarity. And clarity is power. With clarity, you choose better paths. You stop self-sabotaging emotionally. You stop reacting in ways you later regret. The shift also removes the fear of feeling deeply. Many people shut down emotionally because they believe emotions are dangerous. They think if they feel too much, they will lose control. But emotions are only dangerous when suppressed or obeyed blindly. When felt and observed, they become manageable. Emotional strength is the ability to feel deeply without drowning, to experience sadness without becoming hopeless, to experience anger without becoming destructive, to experience fear without becoming frozen. This is inner stability, not hardness, not coldness, stability. And here is the final truth most people never hear. Emotional strength does not come from fixing yourself. It comes from trusting yourself. Trusting that you can handle discomfort. Trusting that you can survive uncertainty. Trusting that you don't need perfect conditions to move forward. The moment you stop seeing emotions as enemies and start seeing them as signals, your entire inner world reorganizes. Life does not become easier, but you become steadier. And when you are steady, chaos loses its power over you. That is the mindset shift. And once it clicks, you don't go back.